What is happening, my fellow RC brethren, in the place to be with Mr. Gooniac Crazy Man here? Howdy, y'all. How's everybody doing? Um, daylight saving time. As cool as it is, it's still throwing me off because normally I'm doing my stream in the dark, but today there's still some light left, and I got squirrels over on the dang screen door jangling and saying, "Hey, you got any more food in there, mister?" Um, but what's up, everybody? Thank you for being here. It is another fabulous Wednesday. It has been a very eventful day. All I'm going to say is, ding dong, the witch is gone. That's all. I'm just going to leave it at that. The witch is not a woman. But yes, very happy. Had to contain my happiness because there are people that were distraught, but I was actually very happy and still am very happy and will continue to be happy. But anyway, what's up with everybody? How's everybody doing? Not going to make it a crazy long show today, but this has been a very busy week in the RC. It's only Wednesday. We're already got a whole crap ton of stuff having gone down in RC, so I wanted to talk about it for a little bit. And I got a couple new planes, and I wanted to open one of them today and show y'all what I'm going to do with it. But in the meantime, let me do my shout outs to the people that are here. Not a whole lot of people chatting right away, but there were people chatting. I think Mr. Pete Lane was number one. What's up, Mr. Pete? We've talked today already, but I'm saying howdy anyway. What's up? And Mr. Truk Tran, we used to fly together at Baylands back in the days, and he's actually done some really good videos of my 50mm planes. But what is up, Truk? Thank you for being here. Mr. Big Chris is here, and guys, if you haven't taken a look in my description, it shows how to become a member to support the channel. PayPal, if you feel like donating. The Fred Barron is an awesome supporter as far as that goes. There are links there to show how to get my merchandise if you feel like it. But how to become a member and all that, because there are some members in here, and thank you guys for the memberships. But take a look down in the description, see that. But Big Chris, what is up with you? He's a member. Andy Cho, he's a member. Mr. Jack 78, he's a member. Tim Juicens is also. Hangar 51. Well, not Tim Juicens. Jack 78 and Andy Cho, they are. Mr. Hangar 51, what's up? Kenny, Mr. Michael Bear, what is happening? Excuse me, Mr. Slapnuts. Jeff and Laura, Alabama, what is up with you? Thank you for being here. DVO Hobo, what's up with you? So yeah, we got people up in here today. Not gonna make it a crazy long show again. I'm trying to keep my shows right around an hour until one of these days I can get Super Dingus on here again and possibly cause some destruction and craziness, or fly at the field and do like I used to. This is just the weather's been really weird this year, to be expected because we haven't had rain for a long time. So these next couple of years we might have lots and lots of rain just because it's going to be catching up. There's places in Death Valley that are normally completely dry. They've got a big, it's almost like a little ocean out there full of water because we've gotten so much rain over these last few months. So we had rain yesterday. Yeah, we did. We had rain yesterday, and then since over the weekend, whatever. So it's been crazy. Haven't necessarily had a lot of time to do stuff RC related and outside. So looking forward to being able to do that this weekend and this coming week. So hopefully I'll be able to get some stuff. I have the cameras here that I'm going to try to get some new footage with. Have my son help me with have my son help me with all the editing because I can't edit for nothing. I'll do editing here and there, but I prefer to let somebody else that's really good at it. I'm not really good at it, but my kids are good at it, so I'll let them do it. But anyway, so I'm just going to ramble today because there has been a lot of cool stuff that has come out in the last few days. Number one, which I think everybody was kind of expecting already, was the plane from FMS, Integral or Integral, whatever you want to call it. What most people don't know is that this plane is actually made by Tomahawk, and Tomahawk has already made a plane that's really successful for FMS, which is the Futura. But what people don't realize is that Tomahawk has actually made that plane in several different sizes for turbine. So the Futura is an awesome plane in all sizes. But they also make this plane called the Integral or Integral, however you want to say it. Integral is what I think. And that plane is also licensed by Tomahawk, which means that they actually have a giant scale composite version, and that thing flies incredible. So they decided they wanted to make something that looked like that and call it the same thing because they had all the what do you call it, success for the Futura. So the Integral is a little different. I wish they would have marketed it a little different and not made it like a shark because it's got fins and stuff. It's still not really a shark, but it's a cool plane. I mean, it looks kind of goofy at first. Mr. Melada, what's up, David? How you doing, my friend? But it's a cool plane. And from what I hear and from what I've seen, there are way too many people that got it as far as influencers go. I don't think that's really the way that FMS wants to be going about this, but some people I like got it, and a lot of people I didn't like got it. But I haven't really even looked at any videos yet. I was going to look at a couple of them to see what I thought of the plane, but it's supposed to be really fast. It's supposed to be really maneuverable. I'm actually liking the colors they have because they didn't leave white foam; they put gray foam. So I'm going to have to take a look, possibly even get one and put little eyes on it and make it like the cars or the airplanes, whatever they want to call it. More people have been showing up. So Michael Bear, Philip Alonso, what's happening? Yes, John VHRC. I watched part of his build video, and that looked really good. And I plan to watch the flying video when he gets it, if he's got one up. I do think that the plane might be a little bit goofy, as you say, Tim Jusins. It's growing on me. I don't. The Futura has more angles, but if you look at planes that have those flowing lines, they actually end up flying really good. So like there's that World War I plane, which is what I think the Albatross, which had those flowing lines, and then there was the the elliptical wings. Those things actually fly pretty good. So we'll see. I agree. The Futura has a better look to it, but if you get the thing in the air and fly, oh, that's it. Doesn't seem okay. Well, you've seen it in person. I know how, but you've seen it in person. But we'll see. I'll have to see. I haven't seen any of the videos yet of people flying them, but we'll have to check and see. But it's something different, and it looks like an actual composite plane. So there is a real plane that looks like that. So people want to talk about how ugly and goofy it is. Well, so are the ones that are in the giant scale composite. I mean, I don't. So it's different. It's an acquired taste, I guess. I don't know if the paint scheme's actually doing it justice, but I'll give it a chance. I'll judge it by the way that it flies when I see the videos of it. But that's one. So the FMS Integral was one, and I like the power system. Eight, not eight. It's a 12 blade, 2000 kV with a 36 millimeter motor, proven power system, and you can go that up to 8S on that with no issues. 7S would be good, but I actually plan on doing 7S on my Futura now that I've had it for a while and I can actually not worry about killing the thing because I've had it for a while. Jeff and Laura, Alabama, I'm looking for somebody that's not an influencer to put up a video, somebody that's actually going to give a decent video instead of pushing as to why you need to get this, why you need to get this, oh, you need to get this. So I'm wondering why FMS went that way, because they sent it to a crap ton of people instead of a select few. I could understand why the sailors would get it. I understand why Brian Phillips would get it, John VHRC, GV Linden even, but I don't understand why all these randos are getting it because all they're doing is just they got a free plane, so they're going to tell you it's the best thing ever, which I don't appreciate those. I want somebody that's going to give me an actual review, tell me the good and the bad. Um, um, so I don't know. We'll have to see. It's the what's up, Anthony Law? How you doing, buddy? The jury's still out on that, but it's good to see something different. And if it flies, great. Who cares? I don't know how it flies. But then on top of that, Monday, yeah, Tim Houston's that I know firsthand that that's not how they want to do it, and that it has caused some rifts. But we'll see. Um, yes, so that I don't know. I hope that they change that because two brothers, I get it. Actually, just I've complained about two brothers in the past and about how things are going. He and I actually have been talking a little bit, and we've come to a little bit more of an understanding as to how people work. We respectfully disagree on some things, but for the most part, he and I we're seeing eye to eye. He's I've given him a hard time on some things. I still will give him a hard time on things that if I don't see that we agree, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be respectful. I'm going to be respectful about it when I do it. But he's a good dude, and I intend to keep communicating and seeing how he deals with stuff like that. But he's actually done fairly good reviews on planes. I haven't seen the one on the Integral yet. But anyway, I'm rambling a lot. Let me see what people are saying because I have the questions things up. So if there's questions that anybody wants, Mr. Millara, I haven't flown with him in a long time, but we need to get flying again, David. So he says FMS 70 millimeter setup by Ray back in the day, flew like a dream, fast enough and realistic while flying. Yes, FMS is one of the best. Freewing, their new Freewing's new setups have actually turned out to be pretty good. So, but there's always a different direction that they go in. Freewing has is more about speed and has a little bit of a higher amp draw. FMS is better all around, um, but they all have their upsides. The new 80 and 90 millimeter setups from Freewing are actually really good. Like in the 90 in the Eurofighter. So Anthony LSG says, thanks for the info last week. Ray with HRB, I got myself 34S batteries. Woo! Glad you're able to do it. They put it out there, so I made sure people knew. I got quite a few. I ended up getting some hard packs, the ones with for cars. Um, but I don't know. I probably won't use those, but I'll find somebody that could use them and then go from there. So yeah, there's Kenny. I agree with you. If it doesn't look like a real plane, I don't want it. And I'm kind of the same. Some of the sport jets, though, some of them have been pretty cool. The Avanti, the Viper jet, but I guess that's a real plane. The Viper jet, and then the what do you call it? What we're talking about now. A couple others. I have no problem with sport jets. The one that actually looks pretty cool is the Zeus. I just hate the frickin' paint. The paint on the Zeus is just awful. So if whenever I do get it, I'm gonna have it sent off to somebody that's gonna paint it for me because I don't want it. I want it to look like something because it's just yeah. I don't like that blue. Just something else, something other than the blue. It's just annoying me. Um, I'll have to do something else. Um, but anyway, Let's see. So let me check out the comments here, see what else is going on. Mr. Paul McNeil, what's up with you? But so then that's two. So that's the integral, and then what else was I talking about? So integral is one. Then we have the one that really threw everybody for a loop. Was the F-14 that came out from Freewing. Threw everybody off because it's 64 millimeter, and everybody was expecting them to update their 80s, but now they have a 64. So it's different. Not sure it's really going in the direction that we need to, since it's going to have the same sort of a draw as the SU-30 and the J-11 and SU-27 from FMS, but so we'll see. So we'll see, but it looks cool. I like the looks of it. It looks like the older Art Tech model that they used to have that was 55 millimeters, but updated and less rickety. But $500 for a 64, I don't know about that. I actually want to look up and see what the price is on a Kit Plus, if they even have one for the have a Kit Plus for the F-14 at the moment. But let's see. So the original one is 600. That's the PNP. But try and see what they have the Kit Plus in stock. The Kit Plus R Plus is $419. So, and they put it on sale. So are they still in stock? No, wait, no. What am I talking about? $419 R Plus. That's the 64. See what the 80 R Plus is $509. Ugh. Sheesh. So anyway, I'd have to look at that a little closer. I love the paint scheme. The paint scheme on this new one is pretty awesome. I've seen a plane almost exactly like that at an air show at Moffett Field back in the 80s. The nose was a little bit different, but the plane looked an awful lot like that, and it was pretty awesome. But them prices are a little much. I mean, no, I don't know. I really don't know. But comes with the gyro, comes with all that stuff, which is pretty cool. So that's good. But I don't know. I'll have to sit around and wait for that one. But yeah, I haven't seen anybody else with it at this point. Anyway, so there's that. So let me think what else. There's something else that came out too. What am I missing? If anybody remembers, what is there anything I'm missing that hasn't been sent? I mean, that hasn't been talked about that came out. Because there was, let me think. There's something last week came out. I mean, I already know about Little Draco that came out, but I can't remember. But I ended up getting a couple planes that I've been looking at because I'm considering just going back to making things simple again. The complexity of things, and all the stuff I've got to deal with work and other stuff. I want to be able to go to the field, plug in, fly, and go, not have to worry about all this crazy amounts of setup. And I want it to be back the way it used to be, which is you plug in your battery, do a little minor check, and then boom, you're out ready to fly. I'd like to get back to that again. So I got a couple hand launch planes, which is what I'm going to be going over today. The Fred Barron, what is happening? There you go, the decathlon. There was that one. That's the one that I missed. There's a decathlon that is actually a good looking little plane, minus the fact that it doesn't have windows, but pretty cool. So we've had some good They've had some pretty good offerings over the past few days. I think it was Thursday last week for the decathlon, and then Monday this week for the F-14, and then um, Monday for the integral, or another day for the integral. I can't remember. Tim Juson's put a link to that in the description here. I mean, in the chat. I want to take a look at that. Um, Hobbywing Skywalker. Okay. Well, actually, you know what? That is the FMS. FMS, the FMS ESC. That's what the FMS ESC does, and it's a hobby wing. So they're just running that one as hobby wing instead of a Predator like FMS is trying to do. But yeah, that's actually really good. Okay, let's take a look here and see. Click link. Oops, not that one. Oh, Rich has a review on the Integral. Okay, cool. I'll take a look at that too. Oh, Skywalker. Okay, cool. Skywalkers are actually fairly good, reliable ESCs. That's an 8S capable ESC for $59? What the heck? That's a bargain. That is a bargain right there. Okay, yeah, because the Fly Fun, which is a 120 amp 3 to 8S, that's $90. That's pretty cool. So I'd have to take a look at that. I have to figure out how to figure out the specs on that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 8S ESC. It's got a good heatsink on it too. I've used quite a few of those Skywalkers. They're actually pretty good. From what they say, they're like a lower end ESC, but they work pretty good. Um, yeah, that's good. 120 amps. But so where's the specs? I want to see what the actual specs on there. What's the peak current of 150? That's good. That's good. I like it. BEC is strong. Oh wow. 10 amps continuous and 30 amps peak. That's incredible. All right, so that's cool. And let's see. So it's got all the programmable things there, and it's showing uh, brake is disabled, brake force low, cut off soft, auto calc, medium timing. So this is a lot of the stuff that I've talked about already. It's got the medium cutoff, the medium voltage, medium timing, and active freewheeling. And okay, cool. So that looks good. $59. That might actually be worth me getting for the smaller planes. That's a good deal. Heli Direct. I don't think I've ever gotten anything from Heli Direct. That's a good price, man. That's a very good price. Let's see what else we got going on here because I've been yammering. Victor, glad to see your wife is you're better or you're here, but I bet you didn't do what I said to do because if you did, she'd be feeling better right now. Them doctors don't want her to get better. But anyway, let's see. Okay. Yeah, I have to. That's a good deal. I like that deal. Pretty good deal. So I'll have to. Thanks for sharing that, Tim Jusons. I'm gonna take a look. I have a couple of the FMS 120s that I'm gonna use in planes, but seeing a freaking high voltage ESC that I know is gonna be good. Skywalkers have been good for what 159.99. That's a bargain, and it's high voltage. That's a bargain. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. So yeah, Victor, trust me. Trust me, Victor. It works. It works. But if you want it to get better, trust me, it worked. It has worked for mine. It worked for me. Anyway, let's see what that Airvax. What's happening? Who else? The A main has them too. Okay, cool. I'll check it out. Heli Direct, I don't know where they're based out of, but if they're based out in another state, I'd prefer to buy from them because I don't want to pay taxes. But anyway, so let's get that thing sent off. So what I wanted to do was do the unboxing of the Xane 50 millimeter Mig-17, and I'm going to do that for you guys here. I'll go through some of the basics of what I'm going to do. I am going to get an afterburner in this. This will be a one-off that I could probably end up selling to other people if they wanted it, but I'm going to tear that thing open. I haven't opened it yet. I took it out of the shipping box, but I haven't opened the actual box itself, but I have that set up. I'm ready to do that. So let's get that set up, and I will be back to you guys in a few minutes. So yeah, let's see here. Okay, so let me get that off the screen, and then I'm going to set up the camera. So I will be back very shortly. Okay, be right back. Okay, so let me know if you guys can hear me. I've got my tablet set up over here, um, so I can get the chat going. But let me see if you guys are here. If I can hear y'all. Trying to get that loaded up. But this is a really small box. This should be pretty easy. But I plan to get this thing opened up and show y'all what I'm going to do to this thing here. Because it is a good looking little plane. I'm actually considering getting the 90mm version that looks like this. But yeah, it's a... Oh, crap. Stop that. Stupid thing. That right here. Let's get that right there. Let's get this thing open. So it was actually shipped pretty good, so let's look at the box itself. The box is in good shape. I think they might have opened it already because that thing's missing. The box is not damaged at all. It came in its own. So let's get this thing opened. I was going to use that, but I don't need it. So David, if you're still here, this is a plane you might be interested in because it's a 50 and it's really easy. He had a Mig-17 that was at the 50mm size and it was a blast. We used to chase him around with my F-86. So let's get this going here. This is funny too. My cat, she's in the. I opened the little box that I opened that this came in. Oh, so this is cool. So it's got a couple things here that I can see right off the bat. Everything is. I am going to have to need to use this knife because stuff is taped down. So let's get in here with the knife and cut some of the tape. The tape is holding stuff in the sides. That there. A lot of tape. Okay. Let's get the wings out first. There. Man, this tape is strong. Cut it so it's not gonna get any paint off. There's tape everywhere. So let's get that off. Okay, it's still there. Got back down on there like that. Got back down there like that. So then there's the wings. Sheesh. Get away. What I'm seeing right here is a little cover for the bottom of the plane, which is cool. So if I do end up flying it at a, if I do end up flying it at a field with a asphalt runway or paved runway, this would help with getting it all scratched up. But that's what this is. I haven't read the instructions, so I'm just going off of what I can tell it is. But here are the wings. Wings are in good shape. The paint job is not necessarily the best. You can see the foam. You can see the foam beads. It's not that great. Looks like it's more of a flat bottom type airfoil. Let's pull that out. Looks like a flat bottom airfoil, which is okay. It's not bad. It's thin, so it should still be reasonably fast. There's a little mark there for one of its details that you use. It's got the wing, little fences on the wing, which is good, and they're already molded in. There's no need to do any gluing in or anything. This is why I like to get this tape out of here, because if this tape touches these bags, if the tape touches the wings, it is going to rip that paint right off. So Get all this stuff out of the way. So there's the other wing in good shape, no problems. Gonna work those. They don't fight the servos. Servos look good. The paint is not the best. I mean, it's gonna make it more Russian, right? Because Russian planes don't ever look perfect. But that's, the wing looks cool. Good sweep. So let's see. Put that back over here. But this is such a cool little thing, because it's just a little itty bitty box. But they did good because they've got foam here to protect it. There is no foam in the front, which I don't really care for, but this got a plastic piece. But there is foam here, and it's fairly well protected. So let's open this up. Get in there. Now this is something, let's see if I can show you guys. But there's the, pull it out. Plastic. But there is the side of the plane. Looks pretty good. The front. Like a damn catfish. But let's get this open. Might have to put a little tag there. That's actually pretty good. That magnet's pretty strong. The canopy looks good. It's a good looking plane. It's not bad. Let's look inside. It's very simple. Looks like it's a reversing ESC if it's got that. But it's got the it's for elevator, and then the ailerons go on the other one. That'll come through, but this is an XT60. I can change that, of course, or just put a different ESC. This is a small 30 amp or 40 amp ESC, I don't know, but it's a small ESC. So looks like this is, you see in there? Can't really, because the box is in the way, but motor looks good. The you can't see it on screen, but the motor does look good. The thrust tube is very clean. There is a little bit of damage here, a little bit of damage right here, and that's from transport. Looks like it got smushed just a tad, but that's something I can deal with, something I can fix. That's why I like foam. Makes it easier. But one of the things that I like to do on planes with, this is pretty strong, but I can see a little bit of damage here too. But one of the things I like to do when there's a long tail, or I'll show you on the packaging itself here. When I get the manual, I'm going to show you the manual. But here's the other parts. Are we taped in? Yeah, there's the tail. But so here's the spar, and then here on this part here, there's a long area there for the elevator, and that can kill your plane because it'll end up bowing. So what I'll end up doing is putting something in there to brace it midway, just to keep it from giving problems. So there's the manual and the spar. And then got more tape in here, of course, holding this thing down. So it's the tail feathers and the these are the elevators, horizontal stabilizer. Little fuel tanks. I don't think I'm going to use those. And then the vertical stabilizer. So what I was talking, oh, they already put it in there. I'll be damned. So good on them. What I normally do is put what they did here. I'll put a, so it's good on these guys. I'm glad to see they did that. I don't know if David remembers this, but on the one that he had, the Mig-15, they have an area there where you have to worry about the control rods. They bend. The elevator push rods will bend if you put them under any kind of a load. So what I normally do is put little servo arms in there for the wire to go through. I don't have to do that on this one because they did it for me. So maybe they paid attention to what I did, or I don't know. That's cool. I'm glad to see it. Looks like you could even put a rudder on here if you want to, but From what I've noticed, rudder on a plane like this just makes it roll. But this looks good, and it was cheap. It was $139. So, like I said, I'm trying to get back to stuff being simple and you know, carefree, and you don't have to worry so much about stuff. When you get to the field, you just, you know, you can put a whole bunch of these little planes in your car. So here's the little divots. There's the covers for the servos, the push rods, and some other stuff. So I'm gonna cut the tape off. Be done. But it's a good looking little plane. I'm just going to put everything back in the box. But I didn't want to open it up so you guys could see. And then also in this thrust tube, I'm going to put an afterburner in there. Might just be a one-off for just me, or it might be something that I might market later on. But I don't like doing the burners on outrunners simply because I don't want wires and stuff getting caught up in it. So I've seen that happen on some. They don't want to talk about it because they don't want people to know that could happen, but it does happen. That's why I don't like using anything that gets near that spinning bell in the motor. The only one that's cool like that is the older free-wing outrunners because they're inside and they're covered, which is pretty cool. So let's get all these parts out here so you guys can see. So again, these are the horizontal stabilizers. Horizontal stabilizer, the little fuel tanks, vertical stabilizer, bag of goodies, manual. I'm going to run this on 4S. Yes, they're supposed to run it on 3, but 4S is best for this motor. This motor is actually designed for 4S. The one that's higher kV is meant for 3S. And they say run this on 3S, but I'm not going to do that. So this is another thing I wanted to go over too. Since this is, the plane's going to be assembled and put together and left that way. So one thing you got to remember on a plane like this is, this bar goes through there. This is a gluing surface. You want to remove all of that paint on there so that you can actually get a foam to foam connection. So it's going to take me a little while to go along and get this stuff to get the paint removed from there. And from here, because this is a gluing surface. So all that paint is going to need to be removed. And then on here, this paint needs to be removed. So that when you put these two together, there will be an actual foam to foam joint instead of foam to paint or paint to glue. So that way when you go and do a high speed pull up or whatever, it's going to connect to the foam. If you get hot glue with the right foam to foam connection, it's going to fuse. And then same thing with the CA. Use that on this and it'll clear all that out. What I usually use is tape, packing tape. You get packing tape in there, all these gluing surfaces, get all that paint off of there. It takes a little extra time, but it's worth it because it makes the plane incredibly strong and keeps it from coming apart in the air, which I have seen happen. There's a little gun port for it, so that's part of what's in the little goodie bag there. It has the imprint of the brakes, but the brakes are not there. A good little wood skeg there for the motor, which is cool. So this is a cool little plane. I don't know if this pops off or not, but I'm not gonna force it off. I'm gonna leave it. As you can see in there, you can see that the motor's in good shape. I'm actually gonna put a burner in here. I'll have to figure out how I'm gonna do it. If it'll be just one LED strip or if it's gonna be a couple or something else, but I'm not putting anything on that motor. The motor's gonna stay like that. It's gonna be by itself. But this is a good looking little plane. It's $139 from Banana Hobby. Most of my 50mm planes that I got back in the days were from Banana Hobby. When Pete was there from bananahobby.com. What is it, Mama? So my cat was meowing. But let's see, underneath the wings, that's the spot for these little guys. I don't think I'm gonna put those on there. Or I will make them removable, just with some magnets. But yeah, so all the so the same thing goes for the the horizontal stabilizers. You want to remove all the glue. Now these link together, which is cool, but you want to remove all the paint that's on there because this is a gluing surface. So you remove all that, and then when you put them together, they glue in place. The same thing for in here. You want to remove all that where you're gonna glue it, so that they actually adhere to the foam. There you go. So this plane looks good. Looking forward to it. It should be pretty easy. Might put it together this weekend. It won't take that long. I'm gonna get a Gooniac fiery booty on there, and possibly make it one of those that anybody can get. But this is it. It's been a long time since I've done it. Oh no, it hasn't been a long time because I have the F-16 that's a 50. So I've done some 50 millimeters, but I also wanted to show you. They started selling these again at Hobby King, and I really am glad to see that they're back. There's no point in spending a whole lot of money on a receiver in a plane that doesn't cost that much to begin with, but I still have several of these receivers, and they work perfectly. So this is a park flyer. This is not a crazy long distance plane, but it's only 3 channels. Prices have gone up. I used to get these for $6, but now you can get them. How much are they? 15? I think they're 15. $12.99 or 15. But either way, it's still cheap. Still very cheap. I'm going to range check it. I'm going to see if it range checks good, and if it range checks in all the ways. I mean, it's got diversity antenna, so you know it's going to be right. If you set them up right, it should be fine. But I'm going to set all that stuff up and see how it works. If I turn it into confetti, so be it. I'll know. But I've had no issues with lemons or oranges. I've even performed air shows in front of people, like almost 10,000 people at the one at Utopia, if not over 10,000, with a DSM-2 with satellites, with my rocket plane, and with the 11RXs and the 2163. 0 issues. So just because it's not, whatever, people are going to say whatever they want. They want to blow a whole bunch of money on a little plane like this. They can all they want. Not spending $50 for a receiver to go on a plane that costs $140. So, you know, whatever. 6 channels should be good. These are fairly simple planes. I don't see it being any trouble getting this thing together. So this should be fun. But figured I'd show you guys, and then the next time when I'm on here, if I haven't already done it, I'll have the Flyfans L39 to show you guys. But this is what's going in. I think I already have a Rhino 4S pack, or maybe some China Hobbyline 4S packs, but I'll take a look and I'll get them to fit in here. Plenty of room for batteries. The only thing I have issue with are these things. You've got to put some ends on these so they don't pierce your battery. But other than that, it looks pretty good. So that's it. Like I said, I didn't want to make this drag out too long. That magnet is strong. But I did want to show you guys the plane, and then let's see if there's any questions or anything. Let me check on the chat real quick while I'm still here. Lyndon Stewart, what is up? And True Tran, yeah, this is your kind of plane. I remember you did some videos for me of the T-33, the A4, the L-39. So yeah, you did some good videos back in the day. I should share something for you. Yeah, sorry for the earthquake, Fred Barron. But yeah, this is a cool plane. So this is the smallest Mig-17 I've gotten. So Paul McNeil, this is Xane, Xane, and Banana Hobby sells it. So it's on sale right now for $140. Yeah, so cool. Let's see what else we got here. The Fred Barron. Yeah, so this is, and yeah, Mr. Michael Bear. Those I used to get these receivers for $6.99 back in the days, $5.99 when they first came out, and then these were a little bit more, but considerably less. than what other stuff costs. So totally worth it. And yeah, so we're going to switch back to the other camera. So I'm going to shut this down, and I will be right back. Okay, so we back. But yeah, so I figured I'd, like I said, I'm trying to go back to, God, I keep kicking the computer, sorry. Trying to go back to simple. Um, the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. So I want to make it so that I can just throw some things in the car to head out to go fly, because you know you don't have to spend. I used to, you know, if I'm going to fly at the field, actual flying field. Oops. When I have to get all the planes together, it ends up taking me a while to get ready to go, and then what's up, Ron? So it ends up taking me a little while to get stuff together to go fly. So having these little planes, all I got to do is grab one plane. You know, next thing you know, look out for Izzy, Cory. Um, grab just one little plane, a couple different planes, and that's it. Just I used to be able to fit like what 10, 12 planes in the car, and just in the trunk, because they're small 50s and they don't cost anything, they don't weigh anything. Super easy. Um, so sorry, I had to kill the cam for a little bit, but I'd like to get back to some simple stuff. The 64 Flyfans L39 is going to be a little bit more complex, but a 6-channel plane with flaps, retracts, all that stuff. For did Izzy come over there with you, Cory? Okay. But you know, all that for the little price that I spent on was worth it. And I'm also considering getting the Alpha Jet. Um, and I plan on getting that from Hobby King, because Hobby King now has X-Fly, which is pretty cool. They have a good sale going on now too for the Alpha Jet and for the T7A. So if you haven't seen that, take a look. But yeah, Michael Bear, I have many of those orange receivers. Back in the days, they used to have the receiver that actually had a satellite port, and I would use that because that's the most bulletproof way to do it. Then you'd have diversity in all these different ways, and it would work excellent. So, but for $7, I think the satellite was another 7, so total was like $14. And then when I did range checks, they would range check further than anything. So you know, it's just the way they're built. And yeah, Red Baron, that's what I'm going to be doing, flying at the park. So be keeping it simple. My coworker, the guy who works with me now, we used to fly together, but now that he works with me, and he lives here locally, we're going to start flying down at Baylands again, which is just a few miles from where we live. But yeah, it's going to be fun. And just throw a couple planes in the trunk and get on going. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Let's see how long we've been going. Yeah, just right around where I wanted to stop. So if there's any other questions or anything anybody wants to talk about, go ahead and bring it up now. But that we are going to wrap it up here. Pretty much it for today. But yeah, so I'm hoping over the next couple weeks to get a few more planes together. I still have to put some more videos up. I didn't do one today, and I should have. I think I got sidetracked with work. Um, but I've got some more videos to post. Hopefully, I'll get some more videos this weekend of me flying. I got to get some more memory cards so I can put them in the new cameras. But anyway, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that goodness. And thanks for being here. And you know, I'm gonna start putting stuff up on RC groups again. It's been a while, but I'd like to start posting some things on RC groups. Gonna post them in the blog and see if I can get more people to come attend the live streams and take a look at some more of my stuff because it's been a while. But gonna try to get back to the way it used to be because it's been a while since we've been. I'd like to do some more flying from the field. I'd like to do some more live streams from the field. So I think we could probably do that next week. But anyway, thank you all for being here, and I will leave the chat up for a few minutes while we wind down, and then I will talk to everybody later. And like, comment, share, subscribe, all that goodness, and see y'all later. Videos will be uploading again in the next couple days. See you later.